Hey guys, so today is going to be my best of beauty, my yearly favorites, my favorite makeup products of 2013. So I am not doing my December favorites this month since I am going to be doing my yearly favorites instead. So you might see some products in here that you never heard me talk of, and maybe that's something that I just never showed on camera, or something that I just discovered like in the beginning of December or something, or the end of November. So anyways, to update you on my life super quickly, yes, I did just get done moving. That's why I have been absent for the past 7 to 8 days. This is not my permanent background. At this moment, I don't know what my new background is going to be. I do have all hardwood floors in my new home, so there is an echo in my voice right now. I do not have enough furniture in here or like curtains or anything to soak up the sound, so I apologize for the echo in advance. I will be attending IMATS in LA the month of January, both Saturday and Sunday. I will also be attending IMATS in New York City, both Saturday and Sunday. So I cannot wait to see those of you who are coming there. I am so excited, and I cannot believe that tickets are already sold out. And so many of you are tweeting me, telling me that tickets are sold out, and I'm like, just go stand outside and stalk the place, and maybe I'll put you in my pocket and sneak you in. For those of you who are coming, I cannot wait to meet you guys. You know this means that I am absolutely in love with you, because I'm gonna get on a plane and fly 5.5 hours, well actually 5 hours and 28 minutes to be exact, to come meet you guys in LA. So that's true love right there. Okay, anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize, my lighting has been a little cray this evening. I've been trying to work on it for literally an hour and a half, and it's like orange, green, purple, blue, so I'm sorry. I'm going to try to color adjust it the best I can in editing, so just work with me, please. So hopefully I can get through this without going crazy or having a nervous breakdown. This week has just been, to say the least. I need to sit in a hot bubble bath and drink a cup of tea and just like inject myself with vitamins. I was going to put skincare. I was thinking about like doing skincare and beauty, like a whole products video. And once I started going for skincare, I was like, I am too much of a skincare junkie to mix skincare and makeup in the same video. It was turning into like 300 products. So I did tweet about it, and a lot of you guys said to do a separate skincare video. So let me know in the comments down below if you do want to see a favorite skincare of 2013, because girl, I've got a lot of it. First thing I'm going to talk about is foundations. I have 4 foundations from this year that I was absolutely in love with, and the first one is my tried and true L'Oreal True Match Lumi. Now there is the original L'Oreal True Match, but this is the Lumi one, which is supposed to give you more of a luminous, dewy finish. I absolutely love this foundation. I was in between shade W5 and W6 pretty much the entire year. I haven't used this now actually in about 3 months, but this will forever be one of my favorites, not to mention it's drugstore, so the price is right. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's also gonna work on people who are a little bit more combination skin. If you're truly oily, you're not gonna love this, but it is just beautiful. It doesn't make you look like you're wet or extremely dewy. It just has a really nice glow in it with no glitter. It's a beautiful foundation, my favorite drugstore foundation for sure. The YSL Touche Eclat foundation, I have used mine so much that you can't even see anymore. There used to be gold lettering all over this, and it's like completely worn off. I am in shade B40, and this is such a luxurious foundation. I love the smell. It just smells like YSL, something that they would make. I absolutely love this. It is a medium to full coverage, and it does have a luminous finish to it, again with no glitter or shimmer in it. It just looks so natural. When I first bought this, I was shocked. I really did think that this was the best foundation I've ever tried in my entire life. I got compliments on my skin everywhere I went, but it's like once you get used to a foundation, you then want better. So I'm used to this one now, but when I first used it, I was just shocked by how glamorous it was, and everyone was telling me how gorgeous it looked. And this is definitely a foundation that I would recommend for mature skin as well, especially if you're having any issues with dryness. This is very hydrating, absolutely beautiful. Again, if you're very oily, you're not gonna like this foundation, but anyone else, dry, normal combination, you will definitely love and appreciate this formula. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This foundation I purchased at Nordstrom when I was shopping with my sister in April, and this is in shade 5.75. I forgot who I heard about this from, but I remember seeing it on some celebrity and thinking, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful, and so I had to go to Nordstrom and pick it up for myself. I've been obsessed ever since. The tiniest bit goes the longest way. Like I said, I did purchase this in April, and I have not run out yet. I don't know how much is in it exactly because it never really settles down in the bottle, but absolutely beautiful. Again, this one is similar to the YSL where it looks like skin. This one is a little bit more matte than this one, even though this is called Luminous Silk Foundation. it still is not super, super dewy. It's like, I would say it's more of a natural coverage, but it gives such a beautiful glow. It's gorgeous, and I really don't think that anybody could try this and not like it. It's beautiful, and I am sure someone oily could do this. I would totally be comfortable putting this on an oily skin person as long as I did set it with powder. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a big deal for me this year because I finally found out my color in the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I have been trying to figure out my exact color for, oh my gosh, it's almost been 2 years, and I am in the shade Punjab. So medium 1 Punjab, which is really awesome that I finally found my color. So yes, absolutely love this. It is a medium coverage. It's called Sheer Glow, but I would still consider it medium. And this one is very dewy. I absolutely love this one. It is so beautiful, especially for us dry skin girls. And like during the winter months, like right now, this is like my go-to foundation because it makes me, hello, dewy. I only had 2 concealers this year that I was truly in love with all year long. And number 1, how many times have you guys heard this? MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Oh my God, duh. I'm in shade NW20, and I have literally been using this ever since the day it came out. Technically before it came out. When I was working at MAC, this came out, and I have not put it down ever since. It is my go-to concealer. I use this like 8 out of 10 times. I conceal my face. Absolutely love Pro Longwear Concealer. If you do not have MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, go get it. If you don't want to spend the money, go get it. If you can find any other excuses, I don't care, go get it. This is the best concealer in the entire world. Amazing. NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I finally fell in love with this just a couple months ago, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Anyways, absolutely love it. I purchased it at the very beginning of the year when it first came out, and I didn't like it because I don't know why. I just felt like it was too moussey, it wasn't working, but I also did apply it while I was at work and kind of just messing around with it. And then when I actually like bought it and truly gave it a chance, absolutely love it. It's more sheer than the Pro Longwear Concealer. It is what I'm wearing today. Not that that really makes a difference. I just love it. I absolutely love it, especially if you're doing like tinted moisturizer and you still need to conceal. I would recommend something like this over the Pro Longwear because the Pro Long is completely full coverage, where this is more of a sheer to medium coverage depending how you apply it. It does have this little tip like so. So if you put it on and kind of spread it out, it will go on more sheer, or if you really like pack it on, you can get full coverage depending how you choose to apply. I feel like I have to mention these because I have been in a serious committed relationship with them now for a few years, and they are the MAC Prep and Prime Highlighter in Radiant Rose and Light Boost. One is more of a green yellow and one is more of a peachy pink, and they are used for color correcting, color adjusting, and highlighting. So there's different reasons to use the pink and different reasons to use the yellow. I've explained that in some of my videos before. I did talk about that more in depth in my cream highlighting and contouring video. So yes, I absolutely love these. I've been using them for, oh my gosh, it's been almost 4 years now since these came out, that I have just been loving them. I go through different cream highlighters and concealers, but these always are my absolute favorite. Love these. I forgot to mention, I should have talked about this first since it is the first thing to go on the skin, but I am not much of a primer person, but I will say that this Benefit Stay Flawless 15-hour primer was definitely a love of mine this year. It takes a lot in a primer to impress me. I have tried so many of them, it feels like hundreds, and I'm always just like, I don't need it. I just don't need it. For some reason, my skin does not require primer in order for my foundation to stay or look any better. But the Stay Flawless, I really did like this. It really did keep my foundation like not moving, not budging, and it kept it on for hours and hours and hours without changing at all. So I really did appreciate this primer. The only thing is that this is broken. Like, it just falls out, and I've had a lot of people tell me that theirs did the same thing, and I was like, oh, that's weird, mine didn't do it. And then one day it just fell out, and I was like, oh, it happens. But yeah, I do like this primer a lot. I only have one powder to mention. Since I am dry, I don't use powder foundations, and I rarely use powder on my face. But the only one that I do use, which I finally discovered this year, is the Bare Minerals Original Loose Powder Foundation. This one does have a luminosity in it with some glow, which is why I love it so much. I only use it to set my T-zone in between my eyebrows and my nose, and that's it. Because I do make so many facial expressions, my liquid foundation will tend to kind of move around in this area and kind of settle in little lines. So when I use this, it doesn't do that. So I absolutely love this because of the luminosity in it, and I'm so glad that I found it this year. Okay, we're gonna move on to the face. So blushes and highlighters. And oh, I don't know which one I wanna do first. Blushes, highlighters, bronzers, blushes, highlighters, bronzers. Let's do blushes because I've got a lot of them. Oh my God, I'm yellow. First one is this Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. This is a very popular blush. I think it's the most popular one that Milani makes. It looks like this. It is an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous pinky peach with the perfect amount of shimmer in it. It is baked, so it just goes on so smooth and creamy. It does not at all feel like a drugstore blush. I have a very hard time finding nice drugstore blushes that I truly like because a lot of them can go on very chalky and streaky. This one, absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've ever even mentioned these next products on camera before, but I love them. And they are the Balm Long Wearing Blushes. I love the packaging, I love how slim it is, and I love how much product you get even though it's small, thin packaging. They are so pigmented, truly long wearing. You barely need any of it. Most of them are matte, I believe. I'll show you how pigmented they are right like this. Sorry, my lighting is going nuts. So much pigment, so smooth, creamy. Anyone can wear these. You can get so much life out of them. So I'm just showing you a few of them that I have. This one right here is Tule, and then we have this one, which is more of like a purpley mauve, which is houndstooth. Gorgeous for this time of year. So absolutely love these balm blushes. These three blushes right here are all from the Sigma and Light collection. We have Mellow, Peaceful, and Serene. Peaceful right here has a little bit of shimmer in it. It's a beautiful highlight, and then these two are matte right here. Go on so smooth, so creamy. You can purchase them individually or in the collection. This whole collection is right up my alley. It's all neutral warm tones, and I was so impressed when I got this collection. And let me just say that I did have the pleasure of working with Sigma personally this year. As you know, I did my meet and greet in Minnesota with them. And I just have to say to you guys that you should know that this company is no joke. They are absolutely amazing. The owners are the most like morally correct people. They are such a family there. They're so loving. They're all about standing for what's right. They're just great people. And after I got to meet them personally, I fell in love with the company. I have been using Sigma brushes since 2009, but I never knew who I was buying from. And I'm here to tell you, you are buying from some of the greatest people I've met. They're so awesome. And I think that it's important to know that because there's not a lot of amazing, truly honest people out there anymore, and they are definitely those people. So I love Sigma Beauty. I love you, Sigma Beauty. I love everything they do. So wow, I'm like sitting here singing their praises. They're not paying me to say this, I promise. I'll put in the disclaimer in the description box below. This is a blush by MAC. It's called Sunbask. I use this a lot this summer. It has shimmer in it, and it is a dusty rose shade. It's definitely something appropriate for summertime. It's like a brownish pink. It is really beautiful. I loved it this year. I've owned it for a couple of years, but this year I really fell in love with it again, and I used it a lot. Two blushes by NARS that made my life this year. Of course, everyone knows about Orgasm, so this year I ventured off and found some other ones that I loved. This one right here is called Daydream. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if the camera is picking up the color nicely. I'll make sure that it does. But it's a really pretty rosy pink. It's got a lot of pigment to it. So pretty. This is a color that's gonna pretty much look good on everyone. It's not too orange, it's not too lavender, it's not too peach. It's beautiful shade. This one is called Deep Throat. I know. This has a little bit more coral in it than the Daydream does. This is the Daydream right here. This one has more shimmer and a little bit more peach. It is so beautiful. This replaced NARS Orgasm blush for me. It is just gorgeous, and I love how vibrant it gives the cheeks, and the shimmer is just on point. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's perfect, and it's a nice neutral shimmer so you don't get like crazy gold shimmer. Oh my God, I'm so yellow again. I'm sorry. This is a Bobbi Brown shimmer brick. This specific one is in the shade Nectar. It is a corally peach shade. You guys are actually the ones that recommended this to me, and I went to Sephora and they were like, there's no such thing. And I was like, you're calling my subscribers liars? But I ended up finding it in Nordstrom, and I absolutely love this color. I love shimmer bricks in general. They're so pretty. You just rub them together, mix it all up, and it comes out with this gorgeous, like pale, rosy pink. And when you move in the light, your cheeks hit all these different shades. So gorgeous and so summery. Oh my gosh, these shades make me miss summer so much. But it's so hot in summer. Blech. Okay, next is highlighters. It was very difficult for me to narrow this down to 4 highlighters because I'm a highlighting freak. So I picked the ones that absolutely stood out this year for me. So the first one is the Stila All Over Shimmer Duo in Kitten. This I used for, I think, a month and a half straight every single day. I could not get enough of it. It has one side that is more pinky, like the shade of the eyeshadow Kitten, and this side is a little bit more bronzy brown. So this can really work for any skin tone as far as highlighting. It's absolutely gorgeous. This side with the pink light highlighter, OMG. It's right here. It is just such a true, beautiful highlight. More on the pink side though. So if you are a little bit more tan and you like more gold tones, then this one would be a better friend to you right here next door to it. Next is Hard Candy Tiki. This is a drugstore product. It's super inexpensive. It is the So Baked Bronzer is what it's called. I don't know why it's called a bronzer when it's definitely not going to bronze you in any way, but it's beautiful. And again, highlighters can be super tricky to find in the drugstore because a lot of times they can be really chalky, dusty, or extremely glittery with not enough shimmer. This is a very fine shimmer. It's the perfect shade for anyone. It's got just the right amount of bronze and pink. Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I think everybody's heard of this. Mine like falls out. It came unglued, so I have to like hold this, kind of tricky. Absolutely gorgeous. This, I have to say, is the most standout highlighter of the year to me. I used it for the first 6 months pretty much straight, I think. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect shimmer. It is intense. You have to use a pretty fluffy brush when applying this because it goes on very intensely. If you just pick this up on your brush and go to town on your cheeks, you're gonna be so highlighted that like every single street light is gonna be making you look like a disco ball. It is absolutely beautiful though. It's just like that perfect shade of vanilla where it's not bronze, pink, or silver. It's that perfect neutral color. If you do not own a highlighter and you're in the market, this is definitely the one I would go for. Beautiful. And last but not least, this is my most recent highlighter of love, and this is the Laura Mercier Baked Highlighter in shade 01. It is very similar to the Mary Luminizer by The Balm, but it is not as thick and pigmented, which can be nice sometimes because it's a little bit harder to go overboard on it. So you can see it right here. It's still absolutely beautiful, just like the Mary Luminizer. It doesn't have too much silver or too much pink, rose, or bronze. It's just gorgeous neutral highlighter. Beautiful. I have 3 bronzers, and the first one is the Benefit Hula Bronzer. You can see I enjoyed it since I did hit pan on this shade. When I first saw this bronzer, I thought, oh my gosh, that is way too light for my skin tone. That's never gonna match me because at the time I was like a MAC NC35 to NC40. I was told, no, you're crazy, buy it, it'll work, and it's true, it did. For some reason, the packaging, it looks super light, but then when you apply it, it does not look light whatsoever. I really, really do like this bronzer, really smooth, really creamy. I'm not crazy about the packaging for it, but everything else, I really enjoy the product inside the packaging. Bobbi Brown Bronzing Powder in Golden Light #1. Beautiful bronzer. I have to say I like this the most just for contouring and giving yourself a nice sharp definition line in the contour area. When you start to blend this out and actually try to like bronze the cheeks, I feel like it doesn't blend as beautifully as it does as just to give you a nice strict contour. Call me crazy, but when it comes to actually blending out, this bronzer by Benefit and the next one I like a little bit better. This one I use typically just for the contour, and that's it. But it's a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I love the shade of it. It's a very universal shade. It's got some red and terracotta colors in it, so it's gonna go with a lot of skin tones. Makeup Forever Matte Bronze in shade 20. This is the newest addition to my bronzer collection. I have been using this one non-stop for about 2 months, I think, at this point. Absolutely love this. Creamy, easy to blend, again, matte. It's gonna look great on tons of different skin tones. I have nothing at all bad to say about this. I love the packaging, I love the whole deal. One of my favorite bronzers. Also, one more product. This is the Soleil Tan de Chanel Cream Bronzer. I discovered this product this year. Well, I heard about it before this year, but I bought it for the first time this year, and it is the most amazing cream bronzer of life. It is so smooth, so silk. It goes on beautifully. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to move on to eyes. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 palettes to talk about. And the first one is this Lorac Little Black palette, I believe it's called. It just has these 4 shimmery shades in it, and I absolutely love this palette. You obviously do not have enough colors to do a completed eye look, but these 4 colors are just so beautiful. They have so much pigment and so much shimmer. They're absolutely gorgeous. You have a champagne, a peachy champagne, this really warm coppery color, and then this dark, dark, bronzy, burgundy, purpley shade. They're so pigmented, it's crazy. They're so creamy, they really do feel like butter on the skin. So easy to blend. I love this palette. Next is a palette that I did not talk about much on camera, but I did use it often, and they actually don't have this for sale anymore, but you can buy the individual colors online. And it is the Resort palette by Sigma. It was a limited edition palette, but I love the colors inside. It comes with a liquid highlighter, eye pencil, and then a blush right here, and then these colors up here. I posted a picture back in the day doing a look with this blue and green right here. This purple, I love it. It's such an awesome cool tone purple. All super easy to blend. Fawn, Luna, and Topaz are my favorite, of course, because I love neutrals. Super shimmery, I love Topaz. It's such a gorgeous, warm, orangey brown. Fawn right here, such a pretty pewter color. It looks like that. Gorgeous all over the lid, especially blended out with a warm brown. I really like this palette. So again, you cannot purchase this exact palette, but you can get the individual shades online. Lorac Pro palette. Mine did break this color right here. It actually broke on camera when I was filming my bombshell tutorial, so it's super messy. But this right here is such a beautiful shade. It's all shimmer on the bottom, all matte on the top. If you do not own any palettes or you're just looking for a good basic palette, this is such a perfect beginner's palette. It's got color in it, it's got neutrals in it, all the shimmers you need, all the mattes you need, highlights. It's beautiful. So buttery, so beautiful, creamy, blendable, nothing bad to say about this. Love the Lorac Pro. Another Lorac palette. Wow, I did not realize I had 3 palettes. This is the Lorac Unzipped palette. This is beautiful. It's definitely more neutral. I love that you have these big square blocks of shadows. It has these gorgeous champagne shades. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmer colors, actually 6 shimmer colors, and then 4 mattes. Gorgeous. I love how buttery they are. They're so creamy, so blendable. They're just, yeah, they're gorgeous. You can see they've got great pigmentation. I wouldn't be talking about them if they didn't. I love these neutral champagne-y colors to put all over the lid and then blend it out with whatever you prefer, kind of like the look that I'm wearing today. So love Lorac Unzipped. One more palette. This is not a palette that you can purchase like this. This is a palette that I have built, and this is a Makeup Geek palette. The palette that it's sitting in is a Z palette, which is the, I believe, like the pro size or whatever it's called, just the biggest palette. And then inside is nothing but Makeup Geek shadows. I have to give a shout out to Makeup Geek in this video because I purchased Makeup Geek for the first time in April. And I have been nonstop in love ever since. It's pretty much replaced my MAC eyeshadows I used to use all the time. It's now Makeup Geek, Makeup Geek, Makeup Geek. I love these shadows. They're basically the exact same as MAC. They feel like the exact same formula. They blend out the same, they go on the same, but they're literally half the price, if not less than half the price. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I have another palette of Makeup Geek with a few more shadows in it. They're amazing. Marlena did an awesome job in creating these. She should be so proud of herself. So I don't have to talk about these. You guys know. You watch my tutorials, you know how much I love these. So they're awesome. I also fell in love with Bobbi Brown shadows this year. I have 2 of them right here. I have Camel and I have Toast. I love them. The thing about Bobbi Brown is they don't have tons of shades that I'm really drawn to, but the formula themselves, absolutely gorgeous. So I love them. I love that you get a big block of it. It's not a tiny little shadow. You definitely get more product for the price. So I really like these. The formula is beautiful, blends out gorgeously. The mattes are just a really nice buttery matte. They're not chalky or dusty. So Bobbi Brown shadows for the win. This Makeup Forever shadow in number 162, this tiny little shadow, absolutely love. I'm wearing this on my eyes and the outer crease today. It's this warm, purpley, deep, dark brown. I absolutely love this color. It's gonna look beautiful on pretty much everybody's skin tone and everybody's eye color. I've used it crazy for the last 2 months. Even if I'm doing a neutral eye, I'll use it just to blend out my lower lash line. I love this color. The Balm Overshadow Sex Pots, and this is in the shade Work is Overrated. I believe I did a tutorial using this. It is just a loose pigment. It is so pretty. It is so pigmented. I love how shimmery it is. It looks like a glitter. It is so shiny and beautiful on the lid. I love all of these by the Balm, all of these loose shadows. I think I have a total of 4 of them or maybe 5. I love them. They're so pigmented and the shimmer is just the perfect amount. It looks like it's glitter, but yet you don't get crazy fallout like you do with glitter. So these are absolutely beautiful. Another pigment is taking me back to Makeup Geek, and I'm sure you guys know which one I'm gonna talk about. This is Makeup Geek Afterglow. I wore this thing out this year. I went through so much of this, oh my gosh, but it is one of the prettiest pigments in the world. That's why this is the other pigment in my video. I only have two, the one by the balm and then this one. It is such a beautiful shade. It's right there. So glamorous, so girly, perfect shade. Not too much pink, not too much warmth or bronze. It's just gorgeous. Going to just compliment everybody. Beautiful pigment. It's actually, I think this is my favorite pigment I've ever used in my life, honestly. It's beautiful. This is an eyeshadow by NARS called Mississippi Mermaid. This came out with a limited edition collection this year. I don't know exactly which one, but it was recent. It's just, again, a basic beigey shade. It's more of a gold tone. Wow, I'm swatching all over my body at this point. It's right here. I'm sorry, I'm so orange right now. This lighting is killing me. Anyways, absolutely love Mississippi Mermaid. So beautiful. I just love my neutral champagne shades. Before this year, I did experiment more with color, but this year I really got into the neutral shades. I just think that they're gorgeous. And sticking with neutrals, I do have two more neutral shadows. And this, I mentioned it earlier quickly, is the Stila Kitten eyeshadow. You can't go wrong. This right here is the most beautiful all over shadow. Highlight under the brow, highlight on the cheeks, everything. It is so creamy, it's insane, it's beautiful. If you don't own any beautiful, perfect highlights, you can get this one and it'll do a 2-in-1 for cheeks, eyes, everything. Gorgeous. It's won awards. It's like the prettiest highlighting shadow of the world. So Kitten by Stila. Shade, I have honestly used this for like 5 or 6 years now, and this is probably the 15th one that I own, but it is Shroom by MAC. I use it to highlight my brow, and every video that I do, I use it pretty much every single time I do my makeup. It's my favorite highlighter for any shades of super fair until you get to like a medium dark. I absolutely love Shroom. It's one of my favorite highlights ever. Complements a huge variety of skin tones. I did discover the Anastasia Brow Wizzes. These are in shade Soft Brown and Ash Blonde. I use 2 eyebrow pencils when doing my brows. I'll link my eyebrow video down below for you guys if you want to see how. Up until this year, I used the MAC pencils, so I fell in love with these this year. They're my favorite brow pencils I've ever used in my life, and I don't see why I will be changing it up ever. Also, the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to hold your brows in place. Best brow gel of life. I used to use one from MAC, the Clear Brow Gel. I've also tried them from the drugstore, and a lot of people are like, it's brow gel. Like, who cares? Just get the cheapest one. No. There's a difference between bad brow gel and good brow gel. Even though it's clear and a mascara one, it seems simple, but this is the best brow gel ever. You use this to comb through your brows and your brows will not move. Anastasia, it has like super glue in this stuff. It's awesome. 2 different lash companies I discovered this year. The first one is Velour Lashes. They are 100% mink fur and they are animal cruelty free. Absolutely beautiful. My favorite ones are Strike a Pose. This is not the lashes that I'm talking about. Strike a Pose is in a different box. I don't know where it is. I will link them down below, and they're actually the discount code for you guys now. I'll put that down below too. But Velour Lashes, I fell in love with them this year. Prettiest lashes. Once you get used to using Velour Lashes, you never want to use anything else because they're so beautiful and fluffy and gorgeous and natural looking. Yeah, they're just glamorous. They're like red carpet lashes. The other brand is House of Lashes. And this is in the style Siren. These and then Pixie Lux, I don't know what the other one is called, Pixie something. I'll list it down below. They are my 2 favorite styles. I love these. I'm wearing House of Lashes today. It's the Pixie one and I can't remember what it's called. Pixie something, but I'll put it in the description bar. 2 eyeliners. I don't think this was introduced to me this year, but I have been using it ever since January. It's the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. Yeah, I've been using this for a couple years. And it is in the shade Blackest Black. It's my favorite gel liner. It is black as coal. I absolutely love this gel liner. Super creamy, really easy to work with. Also, Makeup Geek Immortal Eyeliner. Amazing gel liner. This stuff is the blackest eyeliner I've ever used in my entire life. It is just extremely hard to get off. You have to use a makeup remover and really take your time because once this goes on, it does not move. I'm telling you, if you have an issue with your eyeliner running, this will not do it to you. It does not move. Be warned, it doesn't move. It's no joke. Okay, we're gonna move on to lips. I'm first gonna talk about my favorite lip moisturizers. And basically all of these 3 of them have come into my life in the past couple months. And then this one has been around for a while. This is the Josie Maran Argan Lip Treatment. It looks like a little bottle of potion. It's so cute, I can't even take it. It smells like peaches and cream. It's one that you just dip your finger in. It's so moisturizing on your lips. You put it on and your lips feel moisturized for hours and hours. It does not fade away. I'm really picky about that. It needs to last a long time. So this is a great one. Also, the Maybelline Baby Lips Dr. Rescue. This is menthol and it smells like Vicks Vapor Rub a little bit, which I love that scent. If you don't, you won't like this, but it's very, very moisturizing, and it's definitely medicated, which is why it's referred to Dr. Rescue, but it's great for super chapped, dry, dehydrated lips. This is by Philosophy, and it's called Pink Almond Candy. I've used this intensely. It is so amazing. It is so moisturizing. It smells like straight almond cream. It is so luxurious. I love this lip balm, super moisturizing. And then this is the newest one. This is Soap and Glory, a Great Kisser. This is a lip moisturizer, and it literally smells and tastes like peppermint candy cane. It's amazing. This one is more like a gloss, but it is so moisturizing, so smooth. It's like butter, but it's kind of glossy, but it's still super moisturizing. I have a lot of lip products. I'm gonna try to breeze through these quickly. I discovered the Urban Decay lipstick this year. Absolutely love these. This is in Native and Naked 2. The formula is absolutely beautiful. They are so creamy. I feel like that's my word of the video, but that's why these are all my favorite products, because they're creamy, and I love creamy products. So pigmented, so smooth. They go on with such a breeze, and Native is such a gorgeous, perfect pink nude color, and it feels like a lip moisturizer on the lips, and I love the packaging, really durable. Marc Jacob lip glosses. These are more expensive, of course. I love the smell of them. This is Studded Kiss. I fell in love with this color this year. I talked about it in the favorites video, I believe. It is so pretty. It's such a nice violet, but it doesn't come off too violet. It's like a nice little berry shade. It's got little tiny flecks of shimmer in it, which I usually don't like, but in this one you really can't even see them. It's very, very beautiful. It's like a nice raspberry juicy color. Dose of Color lip glosses. I love these. They are in a lip gloss form, but they go on more like a mousse, not an actual gloss, but they are crazy, crazy, crazy pigmented, as you can see right there. They're very intense in pigmentation, but I love these. This is an Attitude and Sunshine Kisses. I have been using these a lot recently, and I'm really enjoying them. This is Revlon Bellini, and this is, I don't know if this is still available. Yes, it is. I saw theirs a couple days ago. Again, beautiful nude, similar to Turkish Delight by NARS, but it's drugstore, great, great gloss. It goes on high end. It's just, it's beautiful color. This I use all summer long. This is Buxom Extortion, and this is a lip tarnish. It goes like this. It has a thing to sharpen it right there. It's like a crayon. It is such a pretty shade. It's like the perfect amount of pink. I feel like I say that about everything. I loved it in the summertime. I wore it all the time. I would just do like tinted moisturizer, mascara, and this on those like chill summer days, and I absolutely love it. Such a beautiful color. NYX Butter Glosses. These made their way into my collection this year. I own a bunch of them. I absolutely love them. Again, super inexpensive. You can find this brand at Ulta. They're so buttery, so smooth, great with pigment, amazing color payoff, and awesome color range. So NYX Butter Glosses. I discovered my favorite lipstick formula from the drugstore this year, and it is the Maybelline line. This right here is Shocking Coral. It was a part of their Vivid collection, and it's not this specific color that I love the most. It's just this line in general. I love Maybelline lipsticks. They are absolutely beautiful. So I have bought tons of Maybelline lipsticks ever since this collection came out in spring. Absolutely love, love Maybelline. YSL lipsticks. This year is the first time I bought a YSL lipstick for myself. I absolutely love them. This is in the shade number 2, and I just love the color. It's a perfect, perfect nude. They go on like silk. They really just, the feeling of these is unlike any other lipstick that I've ever tried. Go try it for yourself. When you put it on, it does not feel like any other lipstick that I can describe. It just feels like silk on your lips. So luxurious, and the packaging sells itself. It's absolutely beautiful. These are the Buxom lip glosses, the full-on lip creams. This is in the shade Lavender Cosmo. I also have it in White Russian and I think Samantha. Absolutely love these. They do have a super minty, cooling effect them on the lips. Absolutely adore them though. They are supposed to be like lip plumping. I don't see the lip plumping factor working in them, but I just like the color payoff. I like how they look and I like how they feel. So I absolutely love these Buxom lip glosses. And the packaging, you get tons of product and I think it's super cute. Lime Crime lipsticks were new to my collection this year. This is the shade Coquette, Cosmopop, and Babette. These are my 3 favorite colors. So this is Coquette, this is Cosmopop, and this is Babette right there. Absolutely love these. They're very similar to MAC lipsticks. They smell just like MAC lipsticks. I'm assuming they have vitamin E in them. Love the packaging. Who doesn't like the Lime Crime packaging? It's adorable. So yes, go Lime Crime. NARS Chelsea Girls. I saw Kim Kardashian wearing this lip color, oh gosh, in the very beginning of the year, and I was like obsessed with finding out what lip color it was because it was so beautiful, and I ended up finding out that it was NARS Chelsea Girls. So it's in this pot like this. You have to kind of dig in and grab it with your finger. It is the perfect nude shade for pretty much any skin tone. It's perfect. It's not too pale, it's not too brown. Perfect lip color. 3 glosses by Sigma Beauty. This also came out in the In Light collection. When I first saw them, I thought, oh, those are way too dark for me. I'm not gonna like those because they look like they're super dark. When they go on, they are tints, so they are not super dark and pigmented. So when it swipes on, oh my gosh, they're so pretty. So they're much more sheared out when you apply them, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I've been wearing these like crazy. I love the applicator. They go on so smooth. So you can see they're not super, super intense like they look in the tube. It looks like it's gonna be like a dark purple, but it's not on the skin. They're gorgeous. I'm super fair right now and I can wear all 3 of these shades and I love them. I did wear these 2 mixed together in like 2 videos ago, and so many people were asking me what lipstick I was wearing, and it was these, and I did put it in my description bar, but I love these. These right here are the Revlon Color Stay. This is the matte balm. This is the lacquer balm. Anyways, I'm talking about these because the Revlon Color Stay lip line in general, I discovered this year and I love them. The lacquers, the mattes, whatever it is, they're so pigmented, so beautiful, so creamy. They last a long time. They have so many different colors. I love them. So Revlon Color Burst, they're amazing. I own probably, I would say 5 to 10 of these shades, maybe a little bit more. I'm not totally positive, but love them. Another great drugstore lip brand that really feels like it's more high-end. And last shout out to this brand is the Kardashian Chroma Lip Crayons. I've mentioned these in my videos before. I love them. They're so pigmented, super easy to apply, beautiful colors. Again, these are the drugstore, so they're inexpensive. I've used them so much. I have Baby Doll, Sea Coral, and then this All Natural one. All beautiful shades, love them, year-round appropriate. So yes, Kardashian Chroma crayons. I don't hear many people talk about them on YouTube, so you guys honestly will not be sorry if you get these. They're absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, so easy to apply. I will quickly mention just a couple of brushes that really stood out to me this year. My Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, I have been using this since 2009. This is my first brush ever purchased by them. If you watch my videos, you know I use it all the time. There's no other way I apply my foundation without this brush. Love it. The Sigma Tapered Highlighter in F35. I use this to set my under eye concealer with powder or to highlight my cheekbones or Cupid's bow or anything else. Love this brush. There's really not many brushes like this on the market, so Sigma did a great job. One more Sigma brush is the Tapered Kabuki F86. This year I discovered this for concealer and I love it. It's the only way I blend out my concealer now with the F86. It blends out so beautifully, and because it is a synthetic fibers and it is a kabuki brush, it just really helps you out and works to your advantage when applying makeup. And then of course, my NARS contour brush. This is the Ida brush, Ita brush. It's the Ita brush. You guys told me last time I mispronounced it. It's the Ita brush. So absolutely love this brush. I know a lot of you guys have been saying it's been impossible to get your hands on it. It's sold out everywhere. It is like the most miracle contour brush of life. I use it every single time I contour now. I don't think I'll ever stop using this brush to contour unless someone designs something better. So that is it for my beauty favorites of 2013. I'm sorry if I was talking a million miles an hour during this video. It was overwhelming having so many products in front of my face and trying to get through it. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you do want to see a skincare version of this video. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. For those of you who are coming to IMATS in Los Angeles, I cannot wait to see you guys. I am so excited. And for those of you who aren't, I hope I get the chance to meet you one day. You guys truly are my favorite thing about 2013. I love you guys so much, and I'm so blessed to have you be a part of my life, and for tweeting me and Instagramming me and commenting me and taking pictures and sending them to me and everything that you guys do to support me. I love you guys so much. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you soon. Bye. My sister just texted me and said, look at you at your first makeup vanity. Do you see? Sitting there staring at myself. And my brother's like, what the hell, bitch? And I'm like, I'm a makeup artist. I'm going. You hear that? That after. Oh God. And I will always. You know that loud voice was made for something. We'll always love you. You guys had no idea how loud I could truly be. But I can't get through an intro. Is that what it's called? I literally blanked. Is it called best? Oh, I just got an email. You can wait. My lighting! I'm basically going to be talking. I'm doing my yearly favorites, damn it! Oh, now you're gonna give me nice lighting. Now you're gonna do it. You gonna go back to orange? Or you gonna stay neutralized? Come on, stay. Georgie, no! Oh my God. You cannot just jump up here and ruin everything that I built. There's so much makeup around me right now. It's like a sea of lip glosses and blushes and eyeshadows. Why am I so orange? Really bad. This is very awkward. Oh, and you're orange again. Why am I turning bright orange right now? Get it together. This hairspray smells like absolute piss.